Hi, everyone, and welcome back. Thanks for being here, starting off another week of programming on your news today, this time on the 18th day of June, closing in on the longest day of the year. We're also closing in on a weather change as well. Heat and humidity persisting for the next day or two. Heat indices getting up into the mid, maybe upper 90s. Shower chances, though, will start to increase thereafter, and temperatures will fall just a bit at the same time. We'll outline a much different forecast than we had for you last week in just a few moments. I've spent most all of the morning and afternoon trying to gather details about several incidents that have taken place over the course of the weekend and today. Several arrests, going back to a couple that we didn't have time for late last week on Friday, but that of another McGoffin County man, or another arrest making headlines tonight, that of a McGoffin County man charged with arson for trying to burn his family's home. And another disturbing report tonight in the form of a man who was to be identified at the time but called himself Jesus. He was found today naked in a backyard. He doused gasoline on a McGoffin County home and then tried to ignite it by pulling out a live electric wire from a structure. I'll tell you everything I can, and we'll actually have some pictures from the scene as well in just a few moments. We've got a host of other news and information to get into as we get caught up from over the course of the weekend, and a few things, like I said, that have taken place today. Going back to this past Friday, right around the same time that I had sat down to do the early show, Kentucky State Police were responding to a tractor accident in Floyd County off Triple S Road. That's in the David area off of Route 404. It was Friday, just shortly after 6 o'clock, that Post got a call that a tractor had been found overturned in a creek and that there was a body underneath the piece of farm equipment. From what we understand, it was actually a FedEx driver on an evening run that was traveling on that particular road, found the tractor, and found the victim. Police right now believe that the operator of the tractor was attempting to back up and down an embankment, went over an embankment. The vehicle then flipped and pinned the driver beneath a heavy piece of machinery. They were uncertain at last report as exactly how long the victim had been there before being discovered by the FedEx employee, but they have since identified the deceased as 77-year-old Denver Shepherd from Poplar Branch. That is, once again, in David, just across the McGoffin-Floyd County line. I also have an update on a death investigation in McGoffin County. I spoke first thing this morning with McGoffin County Coroner Mark Jenkins, who said that he had just received some information from the state medical examiner's office into the death of a McGoffin County man whose body was found around the 26th day of last month in the Johnson Fork area. It was there that members searching for 33-year-old Joseph Smithers found his body. Little has been reported about the cause of death or anything else of that nature officially. Smithers, of course, laid to rest days and days ago. However, preliminary data has now been confirmed that Smithers did die from what Jenkins said was a single gunshot wound to his head, specifically the chin area, and that's all the information they were able to add at this time. He says there are still further ongoing tests that are part of the investigation that may determine more as to how the gunshot was how the gun was fired, who fired, things of that nature, only confirming that indeed it was a single gunshot wound to the head as the cause of death, and more tests and the investigation is ongoing. When we come back, several arrests from late last week, a couple from over the course of the weekend, and one from today. It's disturbing to say the least. A man naked trying to possibly light a home on fire and with occupants inside. I'll tell you everything we know in just a few seconds.
I'm attorney Don McFarland. We all know that times are hard, jobs are scarce. Most people that I know are struggling to support their families and make it through each day. Now imagine that you get seriously hurt while working on the job, and the insurance company for your employer refuses to pay wages and benefits while you are injured and cannot afford to pay medical expenses, household bills, and put food on the table to support your family. I can help. If you are being wrongfully denied workers' compensation benefits that you rightfully deserve, then give me a call and let me go to work for you. 349-9000.
Pelfrey's Fireworks has been the area's king of pyrotechnics for 56 years, and this year they've got over 500 different products. Smoke bombs to 500-gram grand finales, bottle rockets to big 3-inch mortars. It's what the pros use. And cut these coupons out of this week's Sagersville Independent and get a $50 9-shot 500-gram box for only $18. A 24-shot of artillery shells, not $120, but $59. The $310 Pro Artillery Shell Box for only $59. Get 25 Saturn missiles for just $1, or a 6-pack of shells for just $4. At 2 locations off US 23 North in Paintsville by Jim's Plaza, or the Prestonsburg Superstore on the southbound lanes of US 23 at the bottom of what I always call the Holiday Inn Hill. Plus other discounts up to 45%, and all active and retired military and first responders get another 15% off. And kids 12 and under come in, free sparklers and Snap and Pops for all. If you want to be moved, if you want to be surprised by design, then you must make it to Walters Mazda Mitsubishi in Pikeville, where for a limited time, brand new 2018 Outlander Sports are just $20,500. New 2018 Mirages, $11,990, and they come with 43 miles per gallon. And 2018 Eclipses, with their signature styling and safety, only $22,900. That's Walters Mazda Mitsubishi on North Mayo Trail in Pikeville. Just in at the seasonal shop, Little Llama baby products, bubble baths and lotions and oils, body and hair wash, soft, gentle, and paraben and silicone free, especially for baby, with all the accessories. And just in from Earth Lux, which is the finest in pure organic essential oils and soaps and skin and hair care, Himalayan salt lamps. A wonderfully healthy approach to an allergen and toxin-free environment. Plus new ladies and kids fashions every week, and something perfect for all the grads and dads out there. Only at Fraser's Prater Drugs Seasonal Shop in downtown Sagersville. At Sagersville National Bank, they know your house is much more than your home. It's an investment, and for many of us, the biggest we'll ever make. And whether it's for needed repairs and maintenance, or a new addition or renovation to give you some more room and more equity, let Sagersville National Bank deal with all the financial work and worry. Real and real competitive, hometown, homegrown, home improvement loans at Sagersville National. Your best solution for diesel performance, upgrades, service, and repair is also a full-service repair center for all vehicles, gas or diesel, from routine service to major repairs, with a trusted auto body shop for minor dings to full-on restorations and rebuilds. Plus, get all your 4x4 accessories, lights, bumpers, winches, and more at Black Smoke Performance in Dixie of Sagersville. 349-8785.
Appalachian Wireless says, no contract, no credit check, no monthly bill. Well, no problem. Yes, Appalachian Wireless is at it again and proving why they are the region's best wireless provider by offering new forward pay pricing. A plan where you can bring in your own device and get 5 gigabytes of data for just $39.99 and unlimited data for just $79.99. Pay up front and get the data and features you want. Better service, bigger savings. That's today's Appalachian Wireless. Some restrictions may apply. Activation fee is extra. See store for complete details. Unlimited data is loaded 25 gigabytes per month to 512 kilobits for phones and tablets.
A host of arrests making headlines tonight, going back to last week for the first couple, many of which are drug-related, and that will lead up to one of our top stories, an arrest from just earlier today. Going back to late last week, Sagersville Police Officer Mike Nichols, per the arrest citation, arrested Terry Land and a female passenger. Land is 53 and from Allen. Notes indicate that Nichols got behind a vehicle because the rear license plate was not illuminated, and upon a traffic stop, the driver and both the passenger, female passenger, appeared to be nervous and possibly under the influence. The driver failed all field sobriety tests. The female had brown residue on her nose that's consistent with the heroin that was found in a small wrapper or bag that what he believed, that being the officer, was thrown behind the seat of the pickup or truck in an effort to hide it from the officer as he was approaching the vehicle. Terry Land was charged with DUI, possession of the first, and plate not illuminated. The female's name, which I actually could not obtain before airtime, was also charged as well and lodged in the Big Sandy jail. Another DUI, drug-related arrest. This coming out of Sugar Camp in Dixie of Sagersville. Anime Cole, 53, failed to yield at a stop sign, or stop at a stop sign, and was stopped by the same Sagersville police officer. Nichols cited her for disregarding the stop sign, but found her to be under the influence, in possession of prescription medication for which she did not have a prescription for, and having that medication in its improper or not original container, as it was not prescribed to her. She was still listed in the Big Sandy Regional Jail just as of this afternoon on those charges. Also around 2 in the morning on Friday, also in Sagersville, at a residence also on Sugar Camp, this man did everything he could to try to elude authorities, being Tracy Salyer with Sagersville PD and Mike Nichols. They had a warrant in the name of a Donald Cantrell. They went to a residence to try to serve that warrant, a bench warrant, and authorities noticed that it looked as though someone had just climbed the hillside in front of one of the trailers on Sugar Camp where they were going. They climbed the hill. While they were looking around, they found Donald Cantrell lying covered in the leaves, trying to hide from the officers as they had arrived. They ordered him to show him their hands and announced himself as police. He jumped up and actually charged at one of the officers, and in doing so was tased. However, that tased deployment actually missed, and then Cantrell continued to run past Officer Salyer, police yelling, giving him commands to stop the entire time. But while he was running and officers gave chase, he went over a hillside and fell basically face first and slid down the hill and slid down to where Officer Nichols and a unit with him were waiting. He then started to fight with the officers. At that time, refused to put his hands behind his back. They finally were necessary force and subdue him and get him into handcuffs. He refused medical treatment for all the scratches and scuffs that he had from falling down the hill and hiding in the weeds, and was taken to the Big Sandy Jail on fleeing or evading police charges, menacing, resisting arrest, disorderly conduct in the second degree, and a female who denied his whereabouts. At the same time, Melissa Gasberg was arrested and charged with hindering prosecution because authorities had gone to the residence and asked if the location of Cantrell, to which she said she did not know, even though they had found him hiding in the weeds just nearby. And in the first of two very serious arrests, Saturday night around 10 o'clock, the McGoffin County Sheriff's Department was called to a residence in which this man was said to have tried to set fire to it with his father inside. Gregory Ryan Hall, 26 of Sagersville, was arrested for disorderly conduct, menacing, criminal mischief, terroristic, threatening in the third degree, arson in the third degree, and public intoxication. He'd reportedly gone to the home, broken out the windows of his father's residence, crawled underneath, and had attempted to, and maybe even successfully for a few moments, set the residence on fire. Authorities finally were able to sue him and arrest him, and he became rather violent, even threatened to kill the officer as well, and admitted to officers that he was the one that broke out the windows and attempted to set the residence of his father on fire with him inside. The investigation is ongoing. We do know that we confirmed through officers earlier today that the victim, the alleged or intended victim, was not injured. As for the fire, it was extinguished either quickly or went out by itself quickly, but monitored by authorities to make sure that it did not rekindle and cause any damages or any injuries to the intended victim. Greg Hall remains in jail on very serious charges and possibly other charges pending from the McGoffin County Sheriff's Department. And this case is just as bizarre as it is frightening. Now, authorities literally have had a busy day, and couldn't speak directly to the responding officers because they were still out on some serious calls this afternoon, so try not to disturb them. But I did talk to a family member of the victims, and the victims do not want to be identified, understandably, but did provide me with a picture that they took from the scene, and then gave me the following information about a situation that unfolded at a residence on Johnson Fork earlier today, relatively close to the noon hour. A McGoffin County couple, elderly as they were described themselves, were at home, and through their back door, this is what they saw. This man in their backyard, completely naked, running around, lying on the ground, and just acting in as strange of a nature as I could ever try to describe to you. Now, when he also appeared to be frightening or threatening to the homeowners, the husband took a rifle or a gun of some nature out the back door and fired off a shot into the air to try to get him to leave. Well, he didn't leave. He, in fact, became even more violent, grabbed a gas can that was sitting next to a lawnmower, and then doused a part of the house in the gasoline, then pulled a live electric wire that serviced an outbuilding, pulled it loose, and then was trying to ignite the gasoline with the live wire. Authorities arrived a few moments later to find him already gone from this residence. He, after the homeowner fired a few more shots, a little more serious of a warning, the suspect, completely unknown to them, fled the scene on foot. The McGoffin County Sheriff's Department found him down the road on 134, about 75 feet off the road, lying in the grass. And he was arrested and claimed himself to be Jesus the entire time of his arrest. They know that he was seriously, manifestly under the influence of something. They're still trying to determine what, because of the severity of his intoxication and acts. But once they got him to the jail, Jesus, my apologies, was identified as Austin Johnson, 26, from Indiana. He was charged with public intoxication of drugs, criminal mischief, criminal trespassing, indecent exposure, and burglary in the 3rd degree. As of right now, authorities have I can't say as of right now. As of right now, I do not have any information from authorities as to how he ended up in this area, why he was naked, and what drugs he may have been on. That was still under investigation. We'll have a follow-up tomorrow when I'll be able to speak with authorities after they finish their ongoing investigations that they were in the middle of this afternoon. As for now, all I know is that the couple are, I would imagine, completely shaken, and understandably so, per speaking with their child, daughter, if you will, and were not injured. But Austin Johnson of Indiana remains jailed in the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center, and we will try to find out more about the case and see what authorities have learned about how this happened and why this happened and how he ended up where he was and doing what he did. I'm going to pause for just a brief word or two. I'll be right back. We've got more local news from over the weekend and looking ahead at your forecast in just a few moments. Just in at Gateway, this is a lifted 4x4, less than a four-wheeler at $49.95. That's four-wheel drive, cold AC, ready for a new home. This 11 Nissan Rogue, it's an all-wheel drive, cut down to $79.95. Pick a pair, Sorrentos that is, 2011, both all-wheel drives, one with leather and nav, $89.95, your choice. And all vehicles come with a warranty at dealer cost. And there's a guaranteed $1,000 minimum trade on just about everything on the lot at Gateway Motors in Sagersville. Just in at the seasonal shop, Little Llama baby products, bubble baths and lotions and oils, body and hair wash, soft, gentle, and paraben and silicone free, especially for baby, with all the accessories. And just in from Earth Lux, which is the finest in pure organic essential oils and soaps and skin and hair care, Himalayan salt lamps. A wonderfully healthy approach to an allergen and toxin-free environment. Plus new ladies and kids fashions every week, and something perfect for all the grads and dads out there. Only at Fraser's Prater Drugs Seasonal Shop in downtown Salyersville. Right now, get tools and toys even of the season for pennies on the dollar. Cash loans today on anything worth $1. Jewelry, electronics, tools, musical instruments, guns, ammo, and more. With a new inventory daily at Parkway Gun and Pawn, 349 Pawn. Foothills Communications brings you the latest in fast fiber internet for home, business, or gaming. HD digital TV with DVR, pay-per-view, and all the favorite channels you're looking for, plus crystal clear communications. Customize your experience today and become a platinum customer simply by signing up for FiberNet phone and TV, and save at least $10 off your monthly bill. The world awaits at Foothills Communications and foothills.net.
Hi, I'm Attorney Jeff Lovely. At my law office, we're determined to offer you and your family outstanding, cost-effective, and responsive legal services. I can help you if you've been injured in a car wreck. I'll be in your corner if you have a DUI or other criminal charges. to file bankruptcy and stop those harassing phone calls, or I'll fight for you and your children in divorce and custody cases. For all your legal services, contact me when it matters. In Syersville at 349-4522 and West Liberty at 743-1965.
Yes, Logan makes the best truck bodies on the market, and they also have a fully stocked warehouse of dump body parts, PTOs, hydraulic pumps, hoists, anything you need to get back on the road. And they are a full-service steel and aluminum service center. They keep I-beam, channel, angle, pipe, round rod, rebar, expanded metal, sheet metal, and aluminum all in stock. And if you've got a big project, they do commercial manufacturing to your specs. Logan, since 1904. Wanting you to have a healthier life means providing access to quality, affordable health care. And to do exactly that, Hope Family Medical Center offers full dental care with Dr. Pratt and his team, a pediatrician team of 3 doctors and nurses and moms, complete health care by family physician Dr. Kelly Pratt and nurse practitioners Mildred Sizemore, Gail Faria, Shannon Conley, and Heather Blair. Behavioral health services with Kimberly Davis, with in-house lab testing and results, in-house x-ray and pharmacy, and all the caring, knowledge, and experience that these medical professionals represent
at Hope Family Medical Center.
Conley's does oil and fluid changes, brakes, suspension, wheel alignments, and more. They've got thousands of tires in stock every day, and they won't be undersold on any tire they sell. They've got 6 months same as cash and over 37 years of service to the viewing area. With no appointment necessary, or you can call 297-2424. Every weekday during lunch at your Sagersville Lee's Famous Recipe for a total of $5. That's $5, taxes and all. You can get our famous chicken sandwich or 2 of our famous chicken biscuits with potato wedges and a drink, or our steak sandwich or 2 steak biscuits with wedges and a drink, or our famous foot-long hot dog with homemade chili, wedges and a drink for $5. That's 5 deliciously awesome deals for only $5. Every weekday from 11 to 2 at your Sagersville Lee's. Parkway Pharmacy, a pharmacy your family can trust, and now a pharmacy where you can get your refills with a click and have them waiting for you usually within an hour. Go to parkwaypharmacy1.com. Just register once and hit refill and pick it up. Fast, easy, and efficient. parkwaypharmacy1.com. Several calls of emergency over the course of the weekend, one being an ATV accident on Johnson Fork where a man lost control of the four-wheeler on the pavement and was ejected. First, let me stress that there were several calls of emergency. This was the only one that involved a motor vehicle that I'm aware of, and the most serious that we were aware of. It did result in the injury of one McGoffin County man that we have confirmed who was operating the ATV. This was on Johnson Fork, near the left-hand fork of Johnson, I do believe, or if you turn left-handed at least, onto Johnson Fork off the Mountain Parkway. The driver lost control of the ATV in a curve. It rolled several times. He was thrown from it and found unconscious in the roadway upon arrival of emergency personnel. He was taken from the scene, I believe, to the ARH Medical Center, later flown by helicopter to the UK Medical Center. The extent of his injuries unknown at this hour, but he was the only person on the ATV as far as what we understand, and that was the only vehicle that was involved. The investigation continues by the McGoffin County Sheriff's Department. We'll go on to tonight's McGoffin Farm Bureau Community Calendar right now, and it starts off with a birthday wish to, I believe it's a 3rd birthday wish, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, happy 3rd birthday, Aiden Elijah Stiltner from Mom, Dad, and Mama Judy. Happy birthday. Happy 3rd birthday. And in other special announcements tonight, this one for a very happy 18th anniversary to his beautiful wife and the love of his life, Leanne Mead from Bill. Happy 18th anniversary to you. From there, a reminder, it started today, but you can still get in on the action tomorrow. McGoffin County High School boys basketball camp is tomorrow and Wednesday, 8 in the morning till 2. They're providing lunch, $50 per child, boys and girls 7 to 15 years of age, and there's a discount for each additional child after the first one if you got a house full or more than one. which in my opinion is a houseful. The Safe Coalition of McGoffin County meets this Wednesday at 11 at the McGoffin County Health Department. I needed to pull that bottom one off there. The ASAP met earlier today at noon, but our Substance Abuse Free Environment Coalition meets Wednesday in its quarterly meeting at 1 o'clock in the McGoffin County Health Department Community Education Room. These meetings are open to the public. A vendors event has been set for the honor and in the honor of Louise Fitzpatrick for Saturday. That's this Saturday, 10 to 4:30 at the Lloyd M. Hall Community Center. They're going to have vendors, crafters, and hot dog stands. Names from vendors like Pearls, Initials, Paparazzi, Avon, Tarts, Smile Tiles. The list goes on. If you have any way you can help, call 496-8577, or if you have any questions. And Autism Speaks and Morgan County ARH are presenting a superhero 5K at the Old Mill Park in West Liberty. You need to pre-register by this Friday to get a discount, but you can also go the day of the race, Saturday, July the 7th. Registration is at 4. The race will begin at 5 that day. Superhero-themed 5K brought to you by Autism Speaks and Morgan County ARH. A wonderful cause. They hope to have a wonderful turnout as such as well. So if you want to run, walk, anything in between, they would certainly love to have you in support of Autism Speaks and alongside the efforts of Morgan County ARH. With that said, if you've got a birthday or an anniversary, or your group or church or nonprofit organization has an announcement like you just heard, as you know, this is how you get it on. Tell me, I'll tell everyone about it. And in funeral service announcements provided nightly by the McGoffin County Funeral Home, 70-year-old Law Jean Arnott of Left Johnson Fork passed away on the 17th. He's survived by his sons Jamie Levon, Gerald Lowell, and Robert Michael Arnott, and daughter Robin Likens. Visitation is going to be after 5 o'clock tomorrow, and it continues all day Wednesday and up until services that will start this Thursday at 1 o'clock. All visitation and services from the McGoffin County Funeral Home. Once again, 70-year-old Law Jean Arnott of Johnson Fork. Services to be held Thursday at 1. And we're going to wrap it up with an early look into the rest of what's going to be a long week, possibly weather-wise. A low of 68 degrees, mostly clear tonight after a sizzling start to your work week. 10% chance of some showers out there. We're not really seeing anything but clear blue skies here over the newsroom. Don't expect to see much else happening, but some isolated showers and thunderstorms have been seen in some parts of eastern Kentucky. Tomorrow we're going to see another one right at 89, 90, but those heat indices, it's going to feel like 95, 96 tomorrow when you factor in the humidity. Your Tuesday looks to be mostly sunny, but a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms after 11 in the morning. Sun burning off a little AM fog, and then we could see about a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms throughout the afternoon and evening. You won't see them all the time. Not everybody will see them, but some will. And it's out and ahead of a pattern that's going to pick up in that regard. Wednesday, the heat indices not quite as bad. We should drop back down to 86. Humidity might follow suit and drop a notch or two. Partly sunny skies, but shower chances increase. And in fact, a 30% chance early, but by Wednesday evening, 50%. And that leads into a likelihood by the time Thursday rolls around. Also rolling around the low 80s. Clouds, showers, 81 Thursday, 83, mostly cloudy, a 60% chance of showers. We'll dig ourselves out of that hole by the weekend to the tune of 84 and at least partly sunny, and only a 40% chance of showers on your Saturday. And pretty much that scenario will carry on for days thereafter of partly sunny skies and a 30 to 50% chance of showers through much of next week. That's going to wrap it up for tonight. It is just, of course, now one day in with much more news to come this week. And we've got some special news we're working on as well that you're only going to see here, which is pretty much the case nightly. Nevertheless, enjoy the rest of your Monday. We'll talk about the heat and humidity and showers and other news when I see you back here next time. Good night.